5.
Wow.
No, we're
I
not
like
live,
that.
but we're recording.
Let me know. Are you loaded into Tailspire? You said.
Um, I am loading in now,
Oh,
and
no
I'm gonna
worries.
stream. I'm
You used
streaming
to
it.
have access to like. You used to have access to like a really large library of like minis on Hero Forge. I don't know how to find them anymore.
Damn.
Like options to like community made ones, and I don't know how to access the community made ones anymore for
That
some
weird
reason.
horse head with the legs?
What's that?
Like that weird horse head with the legs?
That just came with the game
Huh.
for some reason. But like Madame Eva and some of the werewolves and stuff, I was able to pull from Hero Forge.
Dude, why is the game so blurry?
I don't know.
Oh, it turned it down to 1080p. That's why.
We'll change it.
Everything got really small now. What is going on?
It's alright, we'll skip that for now.
Okay.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, it's working.
Do you promise?
Sure hope so. Are you guys watching the stream, Missy and Randy?
Yeah.
And Kevin? Does it
Yep.
look like super small to you?
I wouldn't say small, but it does still look like it's in the lower frame rate in that sense.
I don't know if there's anything I can do.
I mean, it's not a huge deal. I can definitely still see what's going on.
Okay, cool. Who the hell is this guy?
You in?
Yeah.
My new character.
Oh, can't wait.
Oh, that's the
His name's Paul. He's a dragonborn cleric.
Fuck.
there should be like music and stuff on the board too, you kinda. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
Oh,
But...
we can hear it.
Oh, great news.
And I think it shows up on the recordings, right, Missy?
Yeah.
He's not here.
Oh.
I can hear the music typically.
Are you I was gonna say, are you assuming Missy's the only one that can ever hear them? Or ever watches them?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
Alright.
One day I'll get over the whole hearing my own voice thing.
Like tomorrow?
Find this dude. He's probably hanging
Highly
out
recommend,
here.
guys.
What do you highly recommend?
The baked turtles, extra cheddar from
Oh, from Aldi? Yeah, they're
Aldi?
so good.
Yeah,
I think they're better than Goldfish.
way better.
Really?
Easily.
Randy, how you feeling, buddy?
Still upset. Or
Still?
do you mean like am I?
Yeah, I meant are you sick? But I understand.
Yeah, I'm not sick anymore. Thank goodness.
Perfect.
I still have a cough. Like sometimes
Mhm.
it's this like weird, like 2 to 3 week illness that like everyone in my work has.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I don't feel sick. I just have this like weird lingering cough occasionally.
That sucks.
Yeah. I feel like I had that.
Can you guys see me even with the lights off?
Can you lights off?
I mean, not as well, but
I can see we kinda.
sorry. Can you see me?
Does
or
anyone-
Alex?
Does anyone want to give a recap?
Dunkel got shot with lots of arrows.
Yeah.
20.
You sure did.
17 hit.
We tried to we tried to enter.
You good, dude?
I have goldfish in my mouth. We tried to enter the city of it started with a K, right? Craig? Krev? Something like that? I don't know.
Kreskov.
Kraz.
Or Kresk, yeah.
Yep. We tried to enter that city.
Nailed
The
it.
Baron wouldn't let us in. And one thing led to another, and Dunkel got shot a lot. And then we went and did the errand for the Baron, Burgomaster, not Baron.
I mean, he's a baron.
Yeah.
The term is used interchangeably.
So we went to the witch or hag or whatever she was.
She was a witch. What was her name?
Abala Saga.
Baba Legsa?
Can I take a lap?
Lasagna. Baba lasagna.
Baba Lasagna.
Baba
Lasagna.
Lasagna. And then she scried. Got the information, took it back to the Baron. He led us in the city. About to heal Dunkel.
What's the information?
Missy? Help me out here?
They found the kid. He was like all tied up where the werewolves were, and there were a bunch of like statues of Mother Night. And it was some like, it seemed like he was kind of like in a dungeony cave thing with a werewolf girl there. And then he was like all scarred up.
Nailed it. You guys also saw a vision, right?
The like Silver Dragon Knight thing.
Yeah, the Silver Dragon Knight thing. Which kind of at the end also depicted, and it showed you where Morgenvostholt is. Morgenvostholt. That's a fun one. Which is home to the Order of the Silver Dragon. Which the Revenants had been alluding to. It was like their order that they were members of. And then at the very, 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 very end, as you guys were rushing into the village of Kresk, because the initial plan was to just get the Wolfsbane and head back, because Hattie knows that one of the cards is leading you to a wandering soul, which you think might be the wandering soul in the ethereal plane on the other side of the spirit mirror back in Valaki. However, a pressing matter is at hand, and so there's kind of like a choice here. Like, are you prioritizing, like, with timing as well, because you know the full moon is coming up. Also, you don't know how long, how much time you need in the ethereal plane. So, are you prioritizing potentially saving Dunkel by bringing him to the Abbott at Saint Markovia, or are you rushing back to, follow the fate of the card that Madame Eva pulled? So you guys chose to save Dunkel, and you rushed into the gates of Kresk, which is just surrounded by walls and this giant. You can see too if you go like. If you follow the compass rose east, like that is the abbey at the top of the mountain almost. There's like a path you have to take to get up there. So you guys reached a pool at the end, at the north. You spotted, like the Wolfsbane at the northern side of the village, to which you approached. Or Sal approached a man who was just looking at the flowers, Um, he had a Morning Lord symbol around his neck. He turned and he said, "You smell, you bear the stench of the wolf," and offered to remove it from you. To which Sal said, "Sure." And then he reached out and touched your shoulder where the wound was, Sal, and it is gone. And he simply stated, "Beneath the Morning Lord's light, all things are possible." Um, so you are cured of your lycanthropy, Sal. You no longer have to worry about that. And he introduced himself as the abbot of the Abbey of St. Markovia and invited you to the abbey should you wish to learn its history. Um, he noticed you carrying, your dead friend Dunkel, and he smiles and doesn't seem like rushed at all, or doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But he, states like, "Yes, of course I can help. Follow me to the abbey." So it's your guys' choice now. Are you following the abbot to the abbey, or are you heading back to Valaki?
And we're following him, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
To get Dunkel back.
We follow.
All right. So if we head back south, the Baron hangs back, but the Abbot can certainly put the Baron over here. Let's make a tight group here. We head back south, to the entrance of the village almost, where there is a mountain pass. You can kind of see that it winds up the face of the cliff until it reaches the top. So you'd kind of go here, up here, up here, up here, and you just keep looping around. You make your way to the top, which would be...
Oh my god, the camera's... Okay, sorry guys.
All good.
The camera was not cooperating.
Why not?
Anna, do you need practice?
Alex, that was a little
Oh, no.
sassy. Could you tone it down, please?
I lost one of the players. Where'd it go?
I feel like I have the right.
I don't know, like, if you even know when other people are being sassy because you're so sassy.
Listen, there's a couple things I don't know. I don't know how to be fashionable and not chuggy. But there's one thing that I do know, and that's sass.
You
That
are the
was
king of
sassy.
No,
sassy.
I lost Hattie. Where's her token?
I flew down the mountain.
I know you did. I don't know where you went. I lost you.
Hey, it says she's here. What the hell? No, she's
Yeah.
inside of whatever other character is with us. You see?
Oh, holy cow. There she is. Awesome. Cool. You made it up. You ready for another map?
Yeah.
Just like copy. Okay.
When's Big Creek's spring break?
The first, like April 1st is the start.
The week after Alex's. It's tough.
Wait, is yours March 27th?
March.
Hers is the week before yours.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
week before yours.
And we're on vacation the whole time anyway, so.
Where are you guys going?
Wisconsin?
Nice.
Wisconsin.
I'm sure there'll be some cheese there.
There will be cheese.
I love cheese.
Me too, Kev.
Do.
Me too.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
God, I love cheese.
It's just so good.
Dude, mac and cheese?
Just
Okay,
top tier.
let me just say this. Chick-fil-A mac and cheese.
That stuff's really good.
Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is delicious.
I've been really into the Cheetos mac and cheese, the like box.
What the hell,
Stuff, I
Missy?
think-
What the...
Are you good?
Are you good?
I have had
I feel
the
like
hot,
so
hot
good.
I have had the hot Cheetos one. It was not good, but I haven't had the regular Cheetos.
I just... Alright. Anyway, Costco mac and cheese.
I like cheese
You like what?
ramen.
Oh, cheese ramen. I guess in one way or another that is mac and cheese.
It is.
Yeah.
It tastes exactly like Kraft mac and cheese. So good.
It's not a bad idea.
So really, I just like Kraft.
Panera mac and cheese is dope.
Oh, I forgot about Panera.
Don't remind Randy about Panera mac and cheese.
Is he not a fan?
He just can't talk about it because of our photographer, our wedding photographer meeting.
Same subject.
Oh my god, hasn't it been like 10 years?
Yeah, right.
The wound is still fresh.
Still was that fucking weird.
That's crazy.
Okay, so the.
How much experience are we adding on the side now?
Oh.
Good point, Cab.
2.
I'll take it.
No, it's 750 each.
Huge.
Huge.
You guys are in sync.
Huge.
With Trump.
You guys make it to the top of the.
Oh no. I messed up my XP.
Just ask
Big
what someone
surprise.
else's is and match that.
Total.
7,252.
The Abbott looks at you all and says, he says, please, if you wish to heal your friend, I will take him and work my magic. Come back tomorrow and we can see what we can do. But you must leave him with me so I can make the preparations.
Insight check.
Okay.
I think I have a -1 to insight.
Oh no.
I think you do too.
Okay, so then it would be 17.
17.
Hey. That's good insight.
You sense that he is telling the truth. He can absolutely heal your friend. You also get the sense that he may not be. He seems trustworthy. You get the sense that he can heal your friend. You get the sense that he's leaving some things out.
What's the catch?
The catch is, I heal your friend. This type of magic does take time. I do know, though, that the Baron of the town could use some help. It is in my best interest if you help him.
He wants our help, and then we're just going to come back here, and Dunkel's going to be back alive, or you're just going to start working when we're back.
I must make the preparations tonight. When you come back, I can certainly need. I need your help to bring him back, but I need you to help the Baron first. There are pressing things at hand.
You don't need anything else from us.
No, simply helping another person.
And,
Kindness, if you will.
and when Dunkel comes back, he'll be exactly as he was.
Well, I didn't promise that. Souls can return here in the land of Barovia. However, nobody truly returns their full selves.
So
Will he
that's
be
the
himself?
catch.
He
Moving
will be
on.
your friend Dunkel, yes. He may be fully himself, he may be 75% himself, he may be 12% himself. That is yet to be seen, and that is not up to me. That is up to Dunkel and his soul, and how he fares on the other side at this time. If he can come back, then certainly he will be himself. But if he struggles in the ethereal plane, then he may not fully return.
I think
He's
he's
over on the
telling the
ethereal
truth.
plane right now?
I didn't hear you said.
He's over in the ethereal plane right now, like with Stella?
Kind of. Not his full spirit. He is dead. He is dead in the ethereal plane as well. And I'm sorry, who is Stella?
She's this ghost girl we're supposed to go save, but we probably don't have time anymore.
Where is she?
In the ethereal plane.
Well, then if she is in the ethereal side of Kresk, then sure, he is with Stella. But if Stella is in another town, then that's not quite how it works. See, the ethereal plane runs parallel with the material planes. So just because they share the same realm, they're not necessarily together.
I think we can trust him. He got rid of my lycanthropy, and I present the lack of werewolf bite on my shoulder as evidence. We have no reason to believe that he would deceive us.
And we have to try, but you're not going to ask us for anything else after we help the Baron? This is it?
Yes. Kindness. You'd be surprised, Patty, what kindness can cure.
The Baron wasn't very kind to our friend.
Yes, well, maybe that's why the Baron is struggling right now. But I do believe that kindness may help. It could certainly help your friend. It is a powerful magic.
Well, I say let's do it.
I think it's our best chance at saving Dunkel.
If it's for Dunkel, then we should go.
Alright. You better take care of him while we're gone.
With my life. And he extends his arms to cradle whoever hands Dunkel to him. Well, cradle Dunkel and whoever hands him to him. Go ahead.
Can Ollie stay with him?
Who?
Ollie.
Can Ollie stay with him?
The bear?
Yeah.
Oops. Certainly he could wander the abbey. It is open to all.
I'll leave Ollie there.
Ollie stays. The abbot takes Dunkel and walks gracefully towards the abbey. And you are left to assist the Baron if you wish to seek him out.
Do before we just like go, we're up on this mountaintop. Did we like see any like shops or anything on our way up?
Not really. This is a pretty small village. And in fact, you saw no shops at all.
Okay.
To the Baron.
Yeah, you simply saw many, many, many cottages. And you almost got the sense that a lot of the things in town were done to sustain the town. So, like, you saw people chopping trees within the walls. Like, everything stays within the walls. You get the sense that people don't really leave.
Okay.
So,
all good. Got to find the Baron.
Yeah, there was one cottage that looked a little bigger than the rest. It was modest, to put it nicely. And we'll say it was down. Yeah, we'll say it was this one here. Oh, dropped in the tree. You approach a cottage that seems a little bit nicer than the rest. The cottage before you is the largest structure you see in the village, but still very modest in design. Its outer walls are constructed of sturdy pine logs, weathered by time but well maintained. A thick thatch roof slopes gently above, crowned by a stone chimney from which a thin wisp of smoke rises in the air. The windows are small but adorned with a simple lace curtain, offering a glimpse of a warmer interior. Nearby, a fenced-in area reveals a small garden. The earth freshly turned and bearing a variety of herbs and vegetables. To one side of the cottage, a narrow path leads to a small family graveyard, its tombstones casting long shadows in the gray light. The front door... let's see here. Yep. The front door is in front of you. It is currently closed, but you hear some rustling around in there. As you know, the Baron did leave to go back home, or go somewhere. You assume home.
And I'll just bust through the door, right? Just go in.
Well, the door you think probably would creak if you opened it lightly. Gives a loud, quick squeak as you whip the door on its hinges, revealing an entryway with a worn rug underfoot. How do you take a step in, and the first thing you smell is a scent of pine wood that mingles with the earthy aromas of burning logs from a nearby fireplace. You do see a simple wooden table by the door, holding a bowl filled with small trinkets and things. A mounted hand-carved board holds two hanging coats, one sized for an adult and one for a young child, with two pairs of boots hanging beneath the coats. Two additional empty pegs jut out from the board beside them. Let's see here. The Baron looks at you. He's still wearing his coat, and he looks up at you, still wearing his coats and boots. You get the idea that he probably just got there not too long before you. He hasn't really taken his stuff off yet. He looks at you and realizes he's still wearing stuff, so he takes his coat off, puts it on one of the pegs, removes his boots, Says, "Ah, you've oh, um, we don't knock anymore, do we? Um, uh, Anna," he yells into the other room. And by the other room, I just mean like the kitchen area. And you see a woman come through. Who did I put her picture or just his? Probably just his.
They're both in there.
Are they both there? Okay. So she's there with him. She exits the kitchen. She comes in. She's like, "Ah, travelers. Dimitri, where did you find this lot?" He says, "Well, he kind of scratches the back of his head. They came from Valaki. They helped me with the little task." And Anna looks at you all and she says, "Oh, you helped Dimitri. That's so kind of you. Please, please, you must stay the night. It is getting late." It's probably like late afternoon by now, starting to get to be around dinner time. She says, You must stay for dinner. Please, I insist."
I'll stay.
"Oh, wonderful.
Guys, we should all stay for dinner.
You want to eat this guy? He just killed our friend.
We're trying to get our friend saved.
Right, so we gotta do that quick.
Kevin, are you talking?
Yes.
Okay. I saw your mouth moving, but no words.
I said, yeah, the Abbott's preparing for the ritual, so we might as well have a hot meal.
She says, "Wonderful. Please, you're more than welcome to set your things and your bags and your bedrolls down. Not much room in here, but you're more than welcome to toss some things in the animal pen. We do only have one bedroom that's empty at the time. Prefer if you not stay there, but we can make room. Roll out some bedrolls maybe in the house. But please, it's not often that I get a group of adventurers who are as strong as you all. Maybe you could help me with some chores before dinner. It would surely expedite the process."
Whatever. Like,
"Oh, great. So I just need someone to feed the chickens, someone to muck out the pig pen. We need to get the vegetable garden weeded, and most importantly, we must obtain a bucket of milk from the cow of Kretiana Dolvok. She's just lives just southwest of the cottage. But please, we can divvy up the tasks, maybe get them all done, or maybe you guys can do them together."
I'll feed the chickens.
I'll get the milk.
I mean, is this the help that you guys need? Really? You just want us to do chores, or you got bigger stuff to do?
The help we need. Dimitri looks at you, the Baron, says, "My wife offered for you to have dinner. What do you mean, the help we need?"
The Abbott said to come help you. We're here to see what help you need.
He looks at you with a quizzical look. He says, huh. Maybe he knows something that I don't. And he kind of like looks away and he goes, well, you could always use it. Tell you what, let's talk after dinner. Let's start here. Who was going to, what were you doing, Val, again? I'm sorry.
Getting the milk
Milk.
cow.
Wonderful.
Huh?
You not
Nothing. He's just- Well, I don't know.
I'm doing the chickens.
Gotcha.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said.
No context.
I'm gonna feed the chickens.
Cool. So who's going with you to the animal pens?
I can go.
Me and Sal will take it on.
Gotcha. So behind a partition in the rear of the cottage are the animal pens. There is a grunting of pigs and clucking of chickens that fill the area. Straw covers the floor. And a wooden fence separates a pair of pens, which lie next to a trio of large chicken coops. A few lanterns hang from the ceiling, providing dim light, and a thick barn-style door leading out into the yard beyond. So you guys are doing it together. You guys can go ahead and make a
Roll to feed.
roll, like an animal handling check. You can do it at advantage. Just pick one of you guys to do it at advantage.
Sal, how you feeling
I-
about that?
I would be fine with it for a number of reasons. I have a +2 to animal handling, and I also already accidentally hit roll. So,
Kill it. If it's a 5, we're gonna have a problem.
uh, 15.
There was a 5.
Oh. I don't know if Sal and Gavin have ever fed chickens before, but you do it gracefully. No issues at all. None of the chickens fly at
18
you
right
or
there.
attack you or anything like that. And you are able to get it done in just a few moments. Hattie, what are you gonna do? You could help in the kitchen, or you could weed the vegetable garden. The Anna looks at you and she looks like she's struggling in the kitchen, trying to maintain many things at once. You get the sense that she could probably use your help, but it's totally up to you.
I guess I'll go help her. Whatever's gonna make this go faster.
Does she say that out loud?
Yeah.
Hattie's like talking to herself. She just like, you see her like shake her head like and roll her eyes like, I guess I'll help. Get this over with. Anna looks at you, Hattie, and says, I'm sorry, what?
And I just think this is a load of bullshit. Don't you want to get your son back?
She gets quiet. Says, of course I want to get my son back. Is that why you're here?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but we're all just like bullshitting around finding food and feeding chickens. Like, this makes no sense.
Eating food is bullshitting around? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be a gracious hostess.
I'm trying to help you get this done so we can help find your son. So, let's go. What do you need?
There's a large wooden table. Stands at the center of the kitchen, surrounded by chairs and covered with a simple checkered tablecloth. Copper pots and pans hang from the hooks above a stone hearth, and a variety of herbs dry from a wooden rack on the wall. An open window allows a cool breeze into the small space, and there's a small pile of birdseed that rests up upon the windowsill. She tosses you an apron. She says, "Here, put this on."
I don't think I need it.
Okay. She takes the apron back and puts it, like, hangs it back up on a hook, and tosses you a vegetable peeler. She's like, "Mind if you could peel those potatoes?"
Sure thing.
Go ahead and make a vegetable peeling check.
What is that?
God, I don't
Dexterity?
know.
Dexterity, yeah.
Dex,
Probably
yeah.
dexterity. Yeah, let's do dexterity.
Some could argue performance.
9?
Ooh.
Hattie doesn't peel potatoes often. She's usually just going right in with the skin. So it doesn't look pretty, but you got most of it off. No, she's not. No one's gonna complain about the job that you've done. You do notice, though. Actually, make a perception check, please, while you're peeling those potatoes. Poorly.
5. I can't see
5.
it. Haven't we established this?
Wait.
I need glasses.
Perfect.
Yep, definitely get the skin off.
So what you do notice is so yeah, that thing you don't notice, but something else. You see that Dimitri, the Baron, comes in and says, "Hattie, if you don't mind, could I have a moment of privacy with Anna here?"
Sure, I'm just doing what you asked me to do. Don't need to be here.
Perfect. Hattie, you happily toss the potato peeler down and leave the room. Make another, let's see. Yeah, it'd be perception. Make another perception check here.
That's 20.
Okay.
Jellyfish
Taylor.
dice. Yes. Yay.
Which dice are you? Which dice was it?
The jellyfish dice that I got from the dice.
Nice.
Yay.
Jellyfish dice lets you hear like hushed but serious and intense tones coming from Dimitri and Anna as they are chatting. With a nat 20, I will forego a stealth check if you'd like to listen in.
I'll listen to him.
With a nat 20, you also notice a small robin fluttering down to the windowsill, pecking quietly at the birdseed as Dimitri and Anna kind of huddle close and speak with these like hushed voices. Yeah, you don't need to check to hear it. You hear Dimitri say, "I know you said you've made up your mind, but please, Anna, you have to reconsider." Dimitri. Anna begins to kind of like say something, and Dimitri clasps her hands in his, and you hear like his strained voice. He's desperate. "Gargot, Ivan, and Falcon will help us. They won't ask questions. They know how dangerous it is to travel the roads. Ivan can lend us his mules. We can make a new life for you in Valaki." Anna jerks her hands away, you notice, Hattie. And she says, "No. I've made my choice. For Kala and our people. How dare you ask me to flee like a coward?" You see Dimitri flinch. You also, Hattie, see him kind of reflexively check over his shoulder to ensure that no one's listening. You would have had to do a stealth check here to remain unobserved, but you got the nat 20, so we'll skip it. And you do see Dimitri kind of like sniff the air a little bit as he's looking over his shoulder. And you see him like look to where you were, but you've pulled your head back real quick. And you wait a few seconds and kind of poke your head back around. He's no longer looking. You see him close his eyes and he swallows. I'm sorry, he says. I just don't want to lose you with Ilya gone and Kala in so much pain. I can't do this on my own. I can't do this without you, Anna. You see Anna kind of like pull him in a hug. We'll figure this out, she whispers. We always do. Patty, you notice the robin, almost on cue, fly away as the conversation ends. Let's see here. And then Val, you are heading down to the village to get milk from the cow of Kretiana Dolvov, I believe her name is. Yeah, that's how you say it. It's just a few cottages over. Let's see here. And it's just it's just like an old woman who is like sitting on her front step. She has like a pen with literally one cow in it, nothing else, no animals, no chickens, just a cow sitting there mooing. What do you do?
I walk up to her and I say, "Hey, I'm Val."
Well, hello there, dearie. Val, where do you come from?
Just around.
Oh, well, Val, from just around. My name is Kretiana. I've lived in Kresk as long as I can remember. What do you need?
I need milk for the Baron.
Oh, milk for the Baron. Well, certainly. My cow provides the finest milk in the village. You're more than welcome to go get some yourself.
Sure.
Val, you peek
And then-
around, and over sitting by the cow, you see like a little stool with a bucket.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I go over to the bucket. And is the bucket underneath the cow?
The cow is not underneath. The cow is not above the bucket, nor is the cow near the bench right now, or the
Okay.
stool.
I'm gonna take the stool and the bucket over by the cow.
Okay, you pick it up and move it over. The cow walks away as you place it down.
The cow, come on.
It finds a new patch of grass to start chewing.
Okay. I am going to Is there any rope anywhere around me that I can
I don't
see?
Do you have any rope in your inventory?
I'm looking. I don't know how to here. No.
Also, seltzer aficionados, San Pellegrino, blood orange, and black raspberry flavor is probably one of the best seltzer
Wait.
waters I've ever had.
Wait, it's
That sounds
both, or
delicious.
there's blood orange and there's black raspberry?
It's both. It's the
Whoa.
variety pack from Costco. It's so good.
That sounds amazing.
Interesting.
Anyways, Val, what is your solution here?
I'm gonna go over to the cow and
It walks
try
away.
and okay.
No, it's go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say try and guide it in a direction, push it.
Oh, okay. Make an animal handling check.
16.
The cow walks the opposite direction that you push it. Or so
Come on.
you push it one way and it walks
And it-
the direction you push it. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, is it walking into me?
Yeah, no. No, it walks the direction you are trying to guide it.
Okay. I know. I'm like, what do I do now that it's walking in? Okay. I'm gonna push it like over where I put the bucket. Yeah.
You finally get it to the bucket. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to start milking the cow
Okay, can you
into the
describe how
bucket.
Val milks the cow?
Val milks the cow by just like she's a pro and supposed to
Oh,
know
is
the
she?
others. Oh yeah.
Would you like to make an animal handling check to decide whether Val's a pro?
Yes. 10.
You're not drenched in milk, but it definitely wasn't the easiest thing you've ever done. You get the sense that casting like a magic missile would be easier for Val rather than milking a cow. But you managed to get the bucket filled up about halfway, and that cow looks beat. You feel that there is no more milk for that cow to give.
I pick up the bucket and start walking out.
Perfect.
And I say, "Hey, thanks" on the way out to the
No
lady.
problem, dearie. Thanks for stopping by.
And I bring it on back.
Perfect. Great, you've solved my cow puzzle. Let's see here. Cool. Val, on your way back, as you pass and you are looking at the garden, you see lots of vegetables, cabbages, carrots, turnips. There is a small little graveyard that you had saw on your way in as well that sits in the shadow of the cottage just beyond the fence. You didn't see her before, Val, but right now you see a little girl sitting atop a boulder in the cemetery, and it looks like she's staring at something that you can't quite see.
Mm-hmm.
You make it back to the cottage. You see that you kind of walk in towards the tail end of Hattie's little espionage mission. You see Gavin and Sal making their way back in from the animal pens.
All right, I got the milk. And I hand it over to the wife.
Oh, thank you, dearie. Gavin and Sal make perception checks.
24.
Okay.
And I was pooping.
Oh, perfect. Gavin and Sal, you also noticed the little girl sitting in the cemetery, staring off. Anna has the milk. Looks like she's kind of finally pulling a meal together. Looks like some kind of like a roast with some roasted potatoes, thanks to Hattie. And then some milk to drink. She looks around. She goes, "Now, where is Kala? Have you seen Kala?" She looks at Dimitri, the Baron. He says, "No." She looks at the four of you. She says, "Have you seen a little girl around here?"
What does she look like?
A little girl. Like any girl.
I saw a little girl in a graveyard somewhere.
Behind the cottage?
Yes.
She goes, "Kala!" No response. She says, her hands are full. She says, do you mind going out and grabbing her?"
Sure, I'll go get her.
Strangers?
She'll be fine.
I'll go get her.
Oh, thank you so much, Val.
and then I start going to the graveyard.
You like head back behind the cottage into the graveyard section. There's tombstones, some weathered. Some of the tombstones are weathered by time, and others are seem a little more fresh and like new, marking the resting places of the Kreskoff family. It's a small, snow-dusted graveyard. It's very cold, and a small grave, freshly dug but empty, stands apart from the others. And sure enough, there is a young, dark-haired girl sitting atop a boulder nearby, her hands hugging her knees to her chest as she stares silently at a small grave. She wears a thin tunic, no shoes, which is surprising due to how cold it is, and her small body is so still that you get the sense that you didn't notice her at first because you genuinely might have thought she was a statue. And she's just sitting there, staring.
I walk up to her and say, "Hey, your mom's looking for you. Come on."
She doesn't say anything. She's still kind of staring.
I go up to her and I like go, "Hello," in front of.
You come up to her. You get kind of like get in her face. You start to get in her face. You say, "Huh," and she kind of like abruptly says, "Have you ever had a bad dream you couldn't wake up from?"
Oof, yeah.
She says, "If something bad happened, but then went away, is it like it never happened?"
That's a really hard question. I think bad things just happen.
She
Yeah.
turns. Go ahead.
Nope, that's it.
She turns and looks at you in the eyes and says, and she whispers, "I don't think bad dreams ever really go away." Make an insight check.
1, not 1.
As you're saying that, or as she says that, you hear another yell from outside. "Kala, are you up? You can't go outside with a coat or boots. You'll catch a cold." Kala, kind of like rolls her eyes and still looks distant, but hops off of the boulder and walks past a lot of you back inside, not really acknowledging you. Anna's standing at the doorway. Her hands are not full anymore as she's set the table. Kala just walks past her, not acknowledging. She looks at you, Val, and says, "I'm so sorry for her macabre thoughts. She's been like this ever since she took ill a few days ago." You guys are all more than welcome to make a medicine check and an insight check.
Um,
21 for medicine, 23
14.
for insight.
Oh boy, we're all gonna yell at numbers. Okay, Sal, what'd you get?
A 21 for medicine and a 23 for insight.
Okay, Addie.
A 15 for medicine and a 3 for insight.
Okay, Val.
14 for medicine and a 10 for insight.
Okay, Gavin.
A 4 for medicine and a 6 for insight.
Gavin, you don't know shit.
Yeah, I really don't. I was gone.
The rest of you don't see any illness with Kala. Like, she's not coughing, she's not showing any symptoms or signs of any kind of sickness. Who got 12 or higher on insight?
I did.
Sal or is it just Sal? Okay, Sal, you get the feeling that Anna isn't quite telling the entire truth. The dining room table is set. It kind of shares a space with the living room, no wall dividing them. But the room is divided into two halves nonetheless, dining room, living room. The dining room side of things, the walls of aged pine softly absorb the flickering light from a wrought iron chandelier that hangs overhead. Its candles kind of cast a cozy glow around the room. A sideboard against one wall holds a variety of ceramic dishes and wooden utensils, as well as a few clay jars that might contain preserves or spices. The center of the room is dominated by a wooden table crafted of solid oak. Its sides carved with patterns of forest leaves curled around crescents, circles, and oblong shapes. Six hand-carved wooden chairs sit around the table. Also in the room, there's a stone fireplace that dominates a wall on the opposite side of the chamber, crackling softly as it bathes the space in a warm, flickering glow. A few well-worn chairs and a sofa huddle around a low wooden coffee table nearby, and shelves along the walls hold an assortment of books, family portraits, and small, whittled wooden sculptures. As you approach the table to sit, you kind of see that the patterns on the table, they reveal what they depict the phases of the moon, almost. There's whittled sculptures. The whittled sculptures, like, on the shelves, you can now see depict, like, small wooden wolves and ravens, as well as little suns and moons all over the place. So like I said, the dinner is like a roasted potatoes. There is like some crusty rye bread and some butter, and then the milk, you see that Anna has kind of spiced with nutmeg as well, so it's like a sweet milk, and it smells and looks delicious. And she says, "Please, please take a seat."
Sal happily obliges.
I also sit.
Take a
Wonderful. Sakala, Anna, and Dimitri all sit down at the table as well. A seventh chair is pulled up so that all of you can kind of sit. Kala looks kind of squeezed in. She says, "Well," she takes her milk. She says, "Well, no wine to drink right now, but still, I'd like to raise a glass to new adventurers and new friends." And she raises her cup.
Sal raises his cup.
I'm not
And-
gonna-
Raise my cup.
Chink.
She cheers glasses with the people around, like anyone who's willing, and takes a sip. Anyone who takes a sip of the milk, it's delicious. It is sweet, and it is some of the best milk you've ever had. And as like everyone's placing their cups back down, you hear a knock at the door. Alex, what does the knock sound like?
Nope. Not this
Can't
time.
hear it.
Mhm.
We're gonna hear it on the recording.
Mhm. Listen in about a couple days.
It's not even doing it there. Yeah, it sounds like a and
Nothing.
dang, that's so weird. Anna says, "Oh, I am so sorry. My apologies. Be right back." And you see her go to the door. She answers it, opens it. Val, it is a woman who looks to be Kretiana Dolvov. It's the old woman that you saw with the cow. Anna says, "Oh, Kratiana. Um, what seems to be the matter? Can I help you?" One moment, Val, the visage of an elderly woman, Kretiana, who is standing before you. The next instant, without any shade of transition or spectacle, she's gone. And in her face stands a handsome young man in a brown monk's robe, a painted wooden symbol that depicts the sun hanging from the chain around his neck. He carries himself with an ageless grace, and his eyes bear a quiet, cold serenity. It is the Abbott, who has now appeared in front of you, in front of the door, in front of Anna. Anna kind of takes a step back, an apparent shock on her face. Dimitri quickly pushes his chair back and stands up. Does anyone have a passive insight score of 13 or higher?
I do.
No, we not.
No.
No. Wait, yes. I do.
Okay. Then Sal and Gavin, you notice that they both appear to be terrified. In a low voice, Dimitri the Baron, he's already standing. He says, "Kala, go to your room now." And this is an order that she silently obeys and walks to her room. The Abbot takes a step in. He says, "Ah, Dimitri, Anna. I see that your guests have arrived." Dimitri looks at him and says, "How do you know that they came to visit us?" The Abbot says, he steps towards the shelves above the hearth, and he kind of picks up one of the statues and one of the statues of the wolves, and he kind of looks it over. He kind of ignores the question a little bit. He says, "Dimitri, is it a sin to visit the home of your friends and neighbors? Especially," and he glances towards Anna, "friends and neighbors who may soon be family?" The Abbot turns and looks at you guys all, like the party, who's sitting at the table. He looks at you all and says, "So, how do you like the village? A quaint and quiet settlement, no?"
Aye, the village is very lovely. It's been really pleasant to be here thus far.
Yeah. What happened to that old lady?
It was simply a guise I took.
Well, why? That's weird.
All things are not as they seem.
They could have been though. Why disguise yourself? We've all already seen you.
Well, now you know the extent of my power, don't you?
I guess. I don't know if we actually do.
Second here.
Sal's just going ham on his dinner.
Let's see here. He says, in each question, you see that Anna and Dimitri look a little more unsettled. He says, he's asking you the questions, but he's almost looking at Anna and Dimitri as he's asking them. He says, the children of Kresk have always seemed healthy and well protected. The Kreskovs here have been good stewards of this land, haven't they? He now looks at you all at the table again. He says, I see by your weapons that you're no strangers to the dangers outside these walls. It is good that the good people of Kresk are protected, isn't it? From the threats that lurk beyond. Isn't that right, Dimitri? Isn't it beautiful how such a small, fragile thing as Kresk can exist on the corners of Strahd's domain? You all look uneasy. Relax. Lighten up, Dimitri and Anna. You have nothing to be afraid of. There is no fear in doing one's duty, nor shame or sin in accepting one's fate. He picks up one of the little statues of the sun and the moon, and he's looking at them in his hands. He says, like the sun, the moon, and the stars, we all have our parts to play. And theirs is a blessed one, the Kreskovs. He picks up the figure of the wolf again, chuckles, puts it back on the mantelpiece along with the sun and the moon that he's holding. For a brief moment, he kind of like has this sad look across his face as he's placing the wolf back down, and he says, it is true that many instruments of the gods have first rejected their calling. But is it not written that those who refuse to serve the divine become the tools of the divine, while those who serve the divine themselves become the divine? The choice, I fear, is never an easy one. He looks towards Dimitri and Anna again. He goes, well. My apologies for disturbing your meal. Simply wanted to pop by and pay a visit. Your friend Dunkel is in good hands. The preparations are going well. And he looks at Anna and Dimitri again, addressing them this time, and he says, you will consider my words tonight, I hope. He takes a few steps towards the door, turns back around to look at you all, bows deeply, and says, may the light of the morning lord go with you. And then he steps out through the door. The door is still open. Through the front door of the cottage, beneath the fresh falling snow, the abbot, his silent silhouette stands wrought in a halo of dark moonlight now. Then, within the blink of an eye, he simply ceases to be. In his place now is an eagle, taller than a man, standing upon the earth, and its feathers blend seamlessly with the falling snowflakes, and with a powerful flap of its wings, the creature ascends, soaring into the night sky until it vanishes into the depths of the Barovian darkness. Simultaneously, Dimitri and Anna drop to their knees. Dimitri quickly tries to get back up and scurries over to Anna and puts his arms around her. They're now both holding each other, crying quietly. What do you do?
What the fuck was that about?
they're kind of like wiping their tears away. Dimitri goes and shuts the door, blocking out the cold and keeping the warmth in. He says, I recently a werewolf attacked the village of Kresk. Somehow managed to bypass the walls. I don't know how. In its rampage, it wounded many. And it killed Kala. I held her in my arms. He looks down at his empty hands as she died. Half her side was missing. She kept whispering, "Daddy" and "Mommy" over and over again until she fell still. My son, Ilya, he vanished in the chaos. He hasn't been seen for days. Up until you told me of Baba Lysaga's scrying, I feared him to be dead as well. Anna and I, we've been praying to the Morning Lord for guidance and deliverance, begging for mercy and salvation, and the Abbott answered. The next morning, his bestial servants, a pair of creatures, they called themselves Otto and Siegfried. If you need to dispel that, it's Zygfrek. They invited us to the Abbey. So we went. There, the Abbot, he offered a bargain. He promised to resurrect Kala in full health. But only if Anna promised to sacrifice her heart to the Abbot's foul creation. The flesh golem. He calls Vasilka.
A what?
To my horror, Anna accepted. He kind of looks sternly at Anna. She kind of looks away in shame. But the Abbot, he brought Kala back to life. That is why I told you I know that he can do it. He gave Anna 1 month's time to make peace with her family and neighbors, and an act he called the Morning Lord's Mercy. We don't have much time left. 2 weeks and a day from tomorrow, to be in fact. Kala, ever since she came back, she hasn't been the same since her resurrection. We haven't asked, but I'm terrified that she remembers the experience of dying. That what she saw beyond the veil of mortality scarred her forever. The life and laughter. Oh, the laughter. It's gone. She spends much of her time staring at the grave now that we once prepared for her. I don't know what to do. Maybe the Abbot was right. We do need help. I don't know what to do. Please, can you talk to her? Kala?
We could
Fine.
try.
I don't see why not. Hattie, I believe children are your expertise?
I have heard that. I back up Gavin's claim.
I mean, I'll give it a go. I don't know. I don't know what talk we're about.
Just see if she remembers anything.
All right. I'll go in there.
Eddie, you go into her bedroom, and a small bed sits against one wall of the small, muted bedroom. Its quilt is a patchwork of floral patterns and faded pastels, and a shelf above a nearby dresser displays a few simple toys: a stuffed bear with button eyes, a whittled wooden horse, and a small tattered book that looks to be of Barovian folk tales. On the windowsill sets a small ceramic pot that holds a wilting flower. Its petals are drooping in the shadowed light. Carla is sitting on her bed with her knees clutched to her chest, and she is staring at the wilted flower on the windowsill.
I will also get up on her bed and I'll say, "Hey, you want some black licorice dunked in honey?"
Oh no.
Even even that doesn't get a reaction out of her. She continues to stare at the wilted flower. She acknowledges your presence with a question. She says, "Have you ever seen a monster before?"
Of course.
Why do monsters like the dark so much?
Probably easier for him to get around. Don't get spotted, right?
Maybe.
You scared of him?
Say it again.
Are you scared of him or something?
She turns to you and says, I don't know. I don't think so. What is your name?
Hattie?
Hattie. Can you help me, Hattie?
I don't know, maybe. What do you need help with?
Do you promise not to tell my mom and dad? I don't want to make them sad. They seem so sad.
Or acting like you want me to kill you or something.
That's not it. Do you promise?
Sure.
My parents won't tell me, Hattie, but I think I died. And I think the Abbott had something to do with me coming back. I don't remember exactly what happened, only a flash of teeth and claws, and there was blood, there was pain. I remember being somewhere dark, filled with mist and distant screams. I felt like I was supposed to go somewhere, but the mist stopped me. Every time I tried to leave, it brought me back into screams and darkness. I did that for what seemed like ages, and eventually I woke up. In my body, healed and whole, no pain. My parents, my mom and dad, they took me home and they loved and cared for me, but I can tell. I can tell they're nervous and afraid, as if one wrong move could break me. Ever since that day I woke up, I've had nightmares, dreaming of the monster that killed me and the dark place that I went to when I died. Hattie, I think confronting the monster will allow the nightmares to stop. I can't sleep at night. I need it to stop. I snuck outside to play in the garden on the night that I think I died, and that monster, it came from the wine cellar beneath the house. It's okay, so my request, what I ask of you, Hattie, can you please wait until my parents are asleep tonight and bring me there and keep me safe? So I can either see the monster for myself or confirm that it is gone forever. I I need to see it for myself, Hattie. I don't want to be afraid of the dark anymore. Please?
Yeah, I guess. You think there's a werewolf under your house, though? Hanging out?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a werewolf or something else, but I know that's where it came from.
I mean, whatever. You might die again. And they probably can't bring you back after that.
Well, then maybe I can go where I'm supposed to be.
For the shot if you're that miserable here.
Well, miserable it may be, but there is hope. At least. And maybe that's something.
Who knows anymore, right?
It's true. You're a wise person, Hattie. Why do you hold so much anger?
I don't know, nothing seems to go right. Why aren't you angry?
What's the point? It doesn't change anything.
Being scared doesn't change anything either.
Well, that's why I'd very much like to not be scared anymore.
Alright,
Because you're right. It changes nothing.
Alright, I'll do it, but you should probably, like, write a note to your parents or something just in case you don't make it back.
Write a note. What should I say?
I don't know, just like that you wanted to go, or like we didn't try to kill you, or like, I don't know, something. Just like hide it somewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, there's a pretty good chance you don't make it out of this. We'll try.
Okay, I can do that. Thanks. That's a good idea. Listen, Hattie, if my brother Elia, he's been gone for a little while.
Yeah, the werewolves got him.
They what?
Werewolves got him.
How do you know?
'Cause we went to a witch and she told us.
That's terrible. My parents, they have so much grief already.
I mean, he's
But-
alive. We're keeping him alive or
Yes,
something.
that is true. They did think he was dead. Now, see? Hope. You're right. Hattie,
Look at
check
that.
out his bedroom. There might be something in there that could help you.
Alright.
Okay, well, I'm gonna write my letter now. I'll see you at dark.
Sounds great.
And she goes and grabs like a quill off the table and a parchment paper, and you see her hold the pen and just start thinking.
Alright, I'll leave her room. I guess I'll go into wherever I think her brother's room is, and I'll tell everyone to come with me if they're not, like, being watched by the parents.
I mean, the parents and like the rest of the party are still sitting around the table, I assume. Sal's probably on his like 5th bowl of soup now.
Minimum.
Can I just, like, sneak out and try to go to the brother's room then? Without...
You can make a stealth check to try to do that, yeah.
So was that.
19.
Oh, you cross the hall real quick, into the vacant bedroom. Patty, the bed in this modest bedroom is neatly made, covered with a hand-stitched quilt. A wooden shelf above the desk holds an assortment of curios: a feather, a small rock crystal, and what appears to be a wolf's tooth. A small weapon rack hangs on the wall, currently holding a short sword and a hunting bow with a quiver of arrows beneath it. A round window with simple lace curtains lets a sliver of natural light in, illuminating a hand-drawn map tacked to the wall beside it. The map depicts the local woods around Kresk, extending as far south as the Wizard of Wines and as far east as Lake Baratok. As you're kind of looking over the map, what's your passive perception?
Like nothing. I think it's a 9.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check then.
Are there any glasses in this room?
There might be.
17.
Oh, nice. Okay. You notice a small piece of parchment tucked away behind the map.
I will grab it.
Okay. You grab it. You open it up. The parchment contains a charcoal sketch of a woman. I'll link it here in a second. Game relevant information. The sketch depicts a woman with narrowed, low-set eyes, whose lips seem to be unconsciously curled into a snarl. A gray bandana ties back a set of thick, short-cropped dreadlocks behind her head, and a half-shredded black tunic lies beneath a set of worn leather armor upon her chest. With that perception score, you notice she bears a striking resemblance to the Burgomaster, or the Baron Dmitry Kreskov.
It just looks like a drawing that somebody made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a charcoal drawing.
Okay.
But by seeing the map of Kresk, it'll be a little easier for you to navigate the woods, or like the woods around Kresk now.
Okay. Alright, there's nothing else in the room. Like nothing in the like weaponsy category.
There was the
Crossbow or whatever, bow and arrow.
yeah, there's the short sword, and then like a hunting bow with like a short bow and a quiver of arrows beneath it.
Are they just like normal though? They're not like silvered or anything.
You can make an inspection check or investigation, I guess.
Too many characters. Investigation +2, 16.
Not silver, and you don't think that there's anything else special about them.
Okay. Okay. I'll come back out and I'll just say, I think she's gonna be alright, but, she wants some company tonight, so I'm gonna stay in her room.
All Are you hiding the piece of paper in your hand?
Yeah. I'll like,
Okay.
pocket.
Will you make a sleight of hand check?
Ooh, 5.
Okay, 11. Dimitri says, what? What is that you have there? Coming out of Ilya's room.
She asked for it.
Who asked for it?
Daughter, you told me to make her feel better, right?
What is the piece of paper? What is it?
I mean, it's clearly someone related to you. She just wants to be cheered up.
Someone related to me? What? Can I
Looks
see?
like... Sure. You want your daughter to be happy or not?
I do. He comes over and looks at the piece of paper. You see the color in his face leave. He goes pale. You found that in Ilya's room?
Yep.
That is impossible. That's a drawing of my older sister, Zuleika. She has not been seen in Kresk in nearly 13 years.
Well, someone drew her.
Well, this has been quite a day, Hattie. Forgive me, I need to turn in for the night. I'm exhausted. And he leaves and goes to his bedroom. Anna kind of stands up, says, well, it is getting late. I'm sorry that I don't have any extra beds, but you're more than welcome to roll out your bed mats across the floor, and our home is your home.
Thank you. I proceed to go to the corner and roll out a bed mat.
I do the same. On a different corner.
The same.
Yeah, I was thinking Gab was gonna keep me warm, but
Leave that to your bedroll.
I'll wait for her to go to bed to talk to everyone, obviously.
Yeah, she goes to bed. How many minutes are you gonna wait until she leaves before you start talking?
I'll wait like half an hour, I feel like.
All right. Oh yeah, she's asleep. So go ahead.
So I kind of promised Kala that we'd go help her find a monster in her basement, because otherwise she's gonna have nightmares for the rest of her life. You don't have to go if you don't want, guys, but I'm gonna go tonight. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
what? What
she
kind
thinks
of
it's a
monster?
I don't know. She thinks it's what killed her, but what killed her was a werewolf, and I don't think that werewolves just like hang out in people's basements. But then I also like found this picture of the Baron's sister, and he says he hasn't seen her in forever. But like I kind of got those vibes, like that last church guy that was hiding his son in the basement situation. Like maybe that's happening.
Fair. This place has been weird.
So I don't know, but she thinks that she needs to go in the basement and see that there's a monster there. Maybe there's no monster there, and then she'll be fine. But she said we got to go when it's dark, and it's getting dark now.
I'll go.
Yeah, I don't think you should go solo. I'd be happy to come too.
Abdog's just turning in for the night.
Yep.
He's on his sleepy pajamas.
My footy pajamas.
You know,
Okay. So is it just Gavin's hanging back, or
Hanging back from where?
Are you coming in the basement with us, Gabdog? Yes or no?
To the what?
oh,
I
Basement?
stepped away for a second. What?
Oh my god.
Everybody's
What are
talking
you-
at once. What? What's happening? What?
I don't really want to like re-explain it.
Did you applesauce a second time?
No, I just
Did you
stepped
make
away for a
did you
second.
make Boom Boom?
No. I was gone for 10 seconds.
Wow. It's working.
Gab Dog, we're going in the basement to find a monster. Are you coming or not?
Yeah.
You clearly weren't listening the first time I talked, so I'm not going to re-explain it. You can either come or not come. It doesn't matter.
I'm coming.
You
All
seem
right.
irritable. Are you okay?
Yep.
Um. Yeah. So the party's gonna try to escort Kala to the wine cellar, because that is where she saw like the monster that she thinks killed her come out of, and she would like to face the monster or see that it is not there, so that she can stop being afraid of the dark. Another hour goes by probably, and Kala comes out of her room. She goes, "Okay, I think they're asleep. Are you ready?"
Yeah, let's go.
"It's this way." And she goes out the front door quietly. There's a heavy wooden bulkheaded door that stands against the cottage on the side. It's on the side facing the garden. As you approach, you guys can make perception checks as you approach the cellar doors.
Taylor, you can keep giving me as many perception checks as possible.
I know you love them, Kevin.
I roll 1,
Dude.
2, -1.
I've got a +8.
Seriously?
You got a dirty one,
I got a dirty 1.
the dirtiest of ones.
Jeez.
Okay, Hattie, it is dark, so you don't see well, I guess.
I don't
Seven.
ever.
I got a 24.
24, 7. Gavdog,
19.
19. Gavin and Sal, you notice that the 2 of the hinges on the door are broken. The lock is battered and broken. The center of the door bulges slightly outward, as though it was struck from the inside by a great force. You guys approach, and you are now at these wine cellar doors. What do you do?
Guys, we should be careful. It looks like this door was blown off the hinges and broken the lock. Perhaps it was because of this. And I gestured broadly towards the center of the door.
Has anyone got any way seeing? I'm pretty sure I got rid of all my fiery torches.
I can see just fine currently.
We're about to help, right? Or no?
What was that? What was
Are
that?
you back in the dark?
I have dark vision, so I can see. Yeah. Let's see really fast.
Oh, no, I've got a torch left.
Oh, heck yeah.
I have a tinder box,
Yeah,
which
I'll
I
show
offer up.
I'm gonna suggest that Kala holds the torch so that we can be ready to fight.
Yeah, I can do that.
Alright. Like, don't move, like, keep it steady. We gotta be able to see.
Her hands are like shaking a little bit, and they kind of stop shaking as much, and holds the torch out for you guys. She's your own little personal lantern.
Perfect.
Okay, you're at the doors. What do you do?
I use Mage Hand to slowly open the door and tell everyone to be at the ready in case anything pops out.
Would you say that you're more or less than 120 feet away?
Less.
So you open the doors and descend down a stone set of stairs, and enter the wine cellar. The room is chilly, and the walls are lined with empty wooden racks that once held bottles of wine. The scent of damp earth is pervasive. The floor bears a trail of deep gouges and claw marks. The marks lead to a bare spot between two wooden racks, covering a portion of the far stone wall approximately 3 feet across. Anyone can make a nature check in this room.
How
Well,
does an 11 do?
I got a 21.
I have a 17.
Patty?
12.
12. 12 or higher. So I think it's everyone but Sal, which is hilarious. You notice that the marks and gouges were left by a large lupine beast. And there's a trail of them that lead up between two wooden racks. No checkers required to spot that this wall hides a secret door. It is not closed completely. That is why there's no check required. There is a thin crack in the wall from the floor to a point 6 feet above the ground. You think that you could maybe force it open, but there might be another way.
I mean, does it look like any of like the bottles or anything move, or like have been moved a bunch, or like
Anyone can make an investigation check to check.
If you insist.
13?
13.
Nat 20, 28 overall.
Nat 20. Two nat 20s.
Um,
No, where the door is.
19.
Holy cow. 2 nat 20s. Sal and Gavin, at the same time, you spot a mechanism, a disguised lever on the wine rack. Pretty quickly.
Look at this, guys.
Can't see shit.
There's an interesting mechanism over here. Gavin, do you think we should try to open it?
Maybe we test it with your mage hand.
I suppose we could do that. And I cast Mage Hand and step back.
How many feet?
I'm gonna go 20 feet.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's not a very big room. It's probably 20 by 20.
Excellent. All the way to the other side. But yeah, I use Mage Hand to try to open the mechanism.
Okay. The mage hand pulls it, and the lock on the door releases. The door drifts slightly forward, revealing handholds along its side that look like you could probably use them to pull the door fully open. So, like, it comes out a little bit, and then there's handholds that you could probably slide it over.
Okay. I grab that and try sliding it with the mage hand.
It slides with the the mage hand's not going to move it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll do it with my own arms.
Okay, yeah, you move it and it slides pretty easily, revealing a hidden area.
Da-da-da-da.
And it's more stairs that go down. The area down there is unlit. Sal, the air is thick and musty. 3 sets of heavy silver shackles are bolted to the stone walls, with 2 of them are surrounded by disturbed half circles of salt. Claw marks mar the walls and floor, and the silver shackles bolted to the east wall have been heavily damaged, with one shackle burst open and the other torn from the wall entirely.
Would these perhaps look like the cave kind of shackles and all that, or pretty different?
Are they what? I'm sorry.
Similar to the like cave shackles that we saw in the vision.
They do look similar. Yes.
These are-
And you didn't see them. I believe that Baba Saga just described it to you.
Yeah. Fair.
However, from behind you guys, you hear the words, "I'm sure you have questions." You turn and you see Dmitri Kreskov, the Baron, standing behind you, with Anna behind his right shoulder. You see his eyes haunted and sad. His gaze lingers somberly on Kala's face. "I ask only that you not judge us too harshly when you hear the answers."
Better get talking.
I think we're gonna pause there before we get into the next part. A little cliffhanger.
That's why he sent that today. So like,
Ikenna, are you okay?
Yeah.
You seem out of it.
I'm tired.
I get that.
I slept awful last night.
I hate that. The other night, Allie woke me up at 4:30 in the morning to let me know that she needed to poop.
I'm so
I was like,
sorry.
"Cool. Why are your bowels moving right now, in the middle of the night?" But I'm glad she told me.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
It could have been worse. She could have pooped herself. She could have pooped. She could have pooped before telling me, and then she would have just been sitting on the toilet yelling for me. So I think it was best case scenario.
I agree. I'm just happy she didn't pull an Amber Heard on you.
Mm. Amber Turd.
And my favorite part is when he referred to it as a grumpy.
Yeah.
So much of that.
When-
I
when-
forgot how much I followed that.
When in his life did he hear that term? Like, is that like what his mom called it? Like, just, I don't know. I've never heard anyone else in the history of any like.
That's fair.
Is Johnny Depp British?
No, dude. I looked it up because I also thought that he was like
Right.
French.
He moved to France when he was like
No.
14 or 20 or
He's
something.
from like Louisiana.
Yeah,
or
but then he
something.
moved to
Like,
France, and that's why like his accent came out.
He is like the,
good actor.
he has the weirdest accent on the planet.
You know who else does?
Yep.
Elon Musk. You ever heard that guy
Yeah.
talk?
Come on.
Isn't he
Yeah.
South African though?
Yeah.
No idea, but I don't know why he talks that way.
Come on, man.
He's South African. But I don't think other South Africans talk like that.
No, not at all.
I don't know. Also,
Huh.
I don't think in France they say so and so left a grumpy on my bed.
I can ask my
Have you
boss.
ever have you
Sure they
ever been to
don't.
France?
No, like
What, these grumpies?
grumpies on their.
But I don't think in France they're like, oh, going to take a grumpy.
You don't know that?
That was really
I can confirm that.
Yeah, right. Kevin lived there for a while. Like,
You can confirm that they don't say that, or like you just never met anyone.
I'm gonna stop recording here.
Both.
still been going.